Hold the applause, Volkswagen's new CEO has a lot to prove. He's taking over a brand bruised by revelations it cheated on emissions tests to make its cars seem more environmentally friendly.
Restoring customers' trust will remain a task, probably over years to come. We've lost a lot of trust because of diesel, especially here in Germany, but also across the world. It will be a long way and a big task. I believe we've already done a lot.
And the scandals cost the company a lot of money. It spent $10 billion on buying back affected cars from their owners. US regulators slapped it with a $15 billion fine for cheating on emissions tests, and it's doled out about $2 billion to push sales of electric vehicles. So the incoming CEO is focusing on cutting costs and getting rid of businesses that don't perform. Deiss wants to sell assets that aren't part of Volkswagen's core business. All told, this could mean the sale of up to 1/5 of his assets. The company will be restructured into 6 units, including a separate entity for China, and it's partnering with Toyota's Hino to develop self-driving trucks. That's quite a long to-do list already, but there are more challenges for Deiss. Investigators are still trying to determine whether he was among senior managers who misled regulators and customers over diesel emissions.
You know that we won't comment on ongoing investigations. We have, of course, reached our decision in favor of Dr. Deiss in the knowledge of all issues which had to be taken into consideration.
The company's owners are confident Deiss is the man for the job. Winning back the trust of customers will not be as easy. Reagan Vignes, TRT World.
Now let's bring in Antonio Ferreira, who joins us from Lisbon. Antonio is a partner in TechHQ. That's a technology and innovation consultancy. Antonio, thank you very much for talking to us here on Money Talks. I want to start by talking about the new CEO, the man himself. How concerned are you by the fact that he is still under investigation over what he knew about the emissions scandal?
Good afternoon, Paul. The thing about VW and the scandal with the diesel is that it hasn't affected the company that much, at least externally and from a customer perspective, because from a financial and from an investor perspective, it's still very healthy. And looking at the numbers from a financial perspective, it's still a healthy company, still doing really well, very profitable at the moment. So the scandal hasn't affected as much or has as much of a negative impact as people expected.
So is that because of the work of the man who's stepping down as CEO, Müller?
Part of it, yes, but it's also the way the Volkswagen is seen within the industry, and especially now with this move towards a new restructuring in management at the executive level. That's seen as something as positive.
So what do you think? We saw in the report a few moments ago that in the in-tray there's a lot on his plate. What do you think the priority is going to be?
I think what we're going to see is Müller is very much an old school CEO. We're going to see Deiss is almost the same age as Müller, but he's very much a new school type of perspective, looking into things. I'm expecting Deiss to take more of a role of a CTO rather than a CEO, looking into innovation, development, technology. So we're going to see still the big words and keywords, buzzwords like sustainability, mobility, innovation, streamlining. And then, of course, autonomous vehicles and electric vehicles. But also, we're going to see new keywords coming to Volkswagen, things like new technologies, blockchain, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence. So I'm expecting Deiss to take more of a role as CTO, and all the CTOs are going to be operating the 6 main operating units to be more CTOs and have underneath them chief operating officers. They're going to be more responsible for the day-to-day. So these 6 guys are going to be more focusing long-term, future, and especially innovation and development.
And Deiss is known as someone who can cut costs. He's got a reputation for that. Do you think that his installment as CEO is going to have much of an impact on the share price?
I think the impact will be positive. At least it'll draw people away from the scandal that happened a while ago and start focusing people on in the future of Volkswagen. So I think that the impact will be positive long term.
Why do you think Müller is stepping down now?
I think it's just the right time to do it. The scandal is over. Deiss is there, ready to do his job. It's the right time, the right place, or the right place at the right time. With some of the innovation that Deiss wants to implement, I think this is the perfect place for Volkswagen to take a long-term strategy to 2025, which is part of their plan. So this is definitely the right time to do it, if there ever was a right time.
So do you feel then that the company doesn't actually have to try and regain much lost trust after the emissions scandal? Because you say they seem to weather this pretty well.
Correct. I think that they've done it, and I think they'll continue focusing long-term on the future. And I think this is part of the strategy. It's part of their strategy to leave the scandal behind and focus on the future. Very much sort of what we define at TechHQ as a new tech order. A lot of companies are doing that, especially in legacy industries like the automotive industry. We've seen some suppliers doing it. We've seen some vehicle manufacturers doing it as well. So Volkswagen is being very smart with this new strategy.
Okay, Antonio, thank you very much. Antonio Ferreira there, a partner at TechHQ. Thank you for talking to us.